Hello my good friends of YouTube. Okay, I'm in a yard, can't tell you where I am, but I've got some wonderful things to show you. So I've not done a video for a while guys, but have a look at this. It's a lightning arrestor. Let's show you the tag on this. There we go, look at that. It tells you all the information of that. Instead of me saying everything. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment guys. But yes, isn't that gorgeous? And he said, the chap who owns this yard said he's going to get me one of those. And I think he said he might get me one of those, I'm not sure. But not the full thing, because of course it's too large, but he's going to get me a section. Would be nice with that on it as well. So we'll see. So let's have a look around. Old boiler. This used to be for ships to basically, it's basically the boiler to keep the ship going when they're in port. There's my car. A little diesel locomotive, which he's gonna, not today started, but he's going to give me a call when to come up, and he's going to start it up and actually let me drive it, which will be another video. And that is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a petrol engine in there to start the main diesel engine. Gorgeous, and even got some lights running as well. Nice bit of track. The boiler system, I believe, if I remember. And an old switching house, gatehouse should I say. Oh yes, look at this stuff. Look at this. Let's have a look inside. That's the bottoms of the bushings, that is. Let's get the torch on. And look at that. Amazing, eh? These things are huge. It's basically a big switch, which, basically a big contactor pulls up by that arm there at the top and connects them up. There's the bottom of them. A few parts which at the moment are disconnected from being transported, I believe. And here is the switch gear. And there's the main ram at the bottom, which comes up, pushes all the switch gear up. And you can see the solenoids at the top there, which help to engage the switch. Fantastic, eh? That's oil. Because then the bottom of there is full of oil. Heaters to keep the area warm inside of here. There's an oil reservoir there, look. On. The gauge at the bottom there. General Electric. So basically, that one would fit on the other end of that, and then the other end of that would fit onto that, if I remember rightly how it said it was connected up. You mentioned something about this being some sort of resistor, which of course which is a water tower. It converted it into a resistor, or the other way around, I can't remember what it said now. But yeah, there's basically a standoff that goes in the middle of there, and if a line comes down and shorts out, this would act as a resistor to basically give for the signal to be voltage to be reduced down, for the main meters to show that there's been a short circuit. I can't remember the ins and outs of what he told me, because I'm just overwhelmed at the moment with what I've seen. I literally cannot talk properly. I'm so excited. I'm like a child in a sweet shop. Nice straight 4 there diesel engine with a dyno on the end. And look at the size of this, 400 kV. And that's the bit that sticks out the out of the building, and that's the inside of the building. Unreal. Another one here, look. Big standoff, bushing. That's got a transformer in the end of that. Can't remember how many volts he said that. I think that one's 400 kV, I think. I'm not sure. I believe it is 400 kV. This is secondary. Danger: before disconnecting secondary terminal from load, they must be short-circuited and earthed. I believe that is full of oil, guys, and weighs about 7 tons. And those parts here, these here, those there, go into that there and go into and connect to like a freeload, like a freestanding connector for transport to stop it from moving around inside. If I remember rightly what my friend Mark told me. Unreal. And then of course you've got some transformers down here. Look at these beauties. General Electric again. And there's the plaque, guys. And there's secondary out there, lot 3-phase. When this thing blows or short circuits and it cause a problem in the internals, it blows out here. And that is basically a safety valve. The float switch comes down, and of course contacts the inside, which of course lets the grid know that there's been a problem. But look at that beauty, and that's the same right there. And look at these standoffs. He's given me one of those, bless him. I think they are, 11 kV, I think. Are they 11? These are new and all, these are 2012 stamped on here. They're not very much high voltage, they're only about 11 kV or something. Mechanically test. Oh, is that an 18? It might be 18 kV. Up to 18 kV, I think. Some old bushings here. He's given me that one. That there with the insert that fits in through the bottom and into the top. And here is what's inside those switches I showed you. This is the bottom end of them, which the contact comes through the bottom there. Those were the big two V-like insulators out the top. Can you believe the wooden nut? God, the stuff he's got is beautiful. Is that a Variac? I believe it is a Variac. Yeah, an old Variac in it, look. Awesome. Diesel generator control gear, this is. That's what all these are. It's told me so much. Commutator there, look. Out of a generator, dynamo. Nice top load. There's spark gaps. Spark gap, look. And the switch. So lovely. Look at them. Unreal. You mentioned what these were for, I can't remember now. Yeah. 415 volts. I can't remember what he said. I think he said these were for some sort of generator. I believe that's what he said they were for. Some people's footprints on there, look. But he had these cut out of one of those V contact, big massive relay, because he didn't want the whole thing, so he just had these out of it. Railway lights. I can't believe the size of those, they're huge. Got some more stuff to show you down the yard. Scrap pile. Nice little radiator. Oh, looks one of the bottom of one of those bushings. Check this, guys. Big standoffs, and you can see the switch in the middle there, which turns round to contact these 2 points on each side. Nice big spark gap there for overload. He's got the motors as well, and the arms and everything to turn these, which you'll be setting up at some point. But just look at that. And he said as well that he could even get me a length of these as well, which would be pretty awesome. I don't know what my wife's going to think, but who cares? Aren't they lovely? Amazing how these things get scrapped. There's some switch gear in this skip. That's being thrown out. He said I could help myself to them, but I've got no use for these that are being scrapped. Plus I can't fit them in the car. What the hell is that up there? I need a closer look. Look on the back of here. Oh, blimey. The phone can see, but I can't see. Oil fed or gas fed, whichever. Here we go. Going round the other side to have a look. Yeah, I can't believe that's been thrown away. Crazy. Let's have a look in here and show you. Straight 6 diesel. Apparently this is only 200 horsepower. I think it said it was this one that was only 200 horsepower, but it's just the beauty of it. It's doing a good job restoring it. This is the top end of it. And that is a steam generator. Amazing. But look at this. Another steam engine. Look at the size of that. Now that is a big crankshaft. Step over here. Actually, I'll go around actually because I'm not step over there. Because I slip holding the phone in my hand. And the boiler there, look. That's for this big beast. In fact, actually, let me just quickly show you the pistons for this thing. There's the pistons. Beautiful. And this is what I was telling you about with the what's it called? You know, the filling station that I told you, that tank, water tower. That is basically the rod, the insulator that goes through the top of it, which goes down to another part, which helps with the, with the basically contact to make the resistor, which they use. And that's the bushing off the top. Insane. But yeah. Sorry about not being able to talk properly, guys. I'm just absolutely overwhelmed with everything that I'm seeing today. I just can't remember or get words out. I think you can tell. But just look at this. Grid transformer metering here. This is transformer 1 and transformer 2. And transformer 1, transformer 2, the main displays for it. That was a joke. Look at that hanging up there. Cool, blimey. Get my torch on that one. Isn't that gorgeous? South Wales switchgear. The only one ever to be saved. It's crazy. Look at all this in here, look. The ribbon goes on that there. The ribbon, paper, roll of paper, which of course is stamped every time this clicks. There's a cycle or something. And this is your battery charging part to back the equipment up if there's a failure. It's a shame about that window there. And do you remember me telling you about the that big unit, the basic relay that goes over the other side, that's got the two insulators up like this? No, it's not that one, sorry. It was the one on the right, which is the single one, which had that float switch, which basically when there's no oil in it, it'll drop down and makes a contact. Well, that basically comes to here. The auxiliary Butchall, is it Butchall Z? Butchall Z trip, which will cause this flap here to drop down and make contact with this, and then of course to reset it you basically push this lot, and you'd see that through the window when it drops down, because it gives like a display. I can't remember how he showed how he did it, but I don't want to start touching and fiddling with it because I don't know how to make that come down, because you'd basically see it through the window there, because a bit of glass broke there, look, with a window in it. And look at all that. All glass. These are all glass. All these. Yeah, these are your locks. Basically could knock out half of wherever, is it, I can't remember now, is it South Wales? I think he said it was for. But anyway, yeah, if you shut one of these off, it knocks out parts of wherever it's supplying. Beautiful. Look at some of the bulbs there, look. They're all gauges, look. Steam gauges. Everything is covered in grease, so I've got to be really careful because I don't want to get ditched. The teeth on them. They're made of brass. Some weight in them, I bet. Yeah, this is underneath of that, the head of the steam engine. That's where your pistons will go in. I think that one's your piston there. That must be a valve. Yeah, piston, I believe it. I don't know, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but just look at it, it's just amazing. I believe that one of these will be a piston anyway, probably another one's a valve or something. I'm not 100% sure. These are the plans for some sort of switch gear. You see all these 11 kV 415 volt, there's quite a few of them on site, of this site where this is from. There's quite a few transformers in there to step down the voltage from 11 kV down to 415. Let's have a look and see if there's an address on there. Oh, Cheshire Main electrical distribution, Ardley Park. That must be the distribution. Where the main distribution centre is then. I just can't talk. Honestly, I just can't talk. I've never seen such amazing things in my life. Always wanted to be so close to something. Awesome. Right guys, see these here? These are mechanical motor starters. So this is your current, just here. And that's the handle, which is foolproof. So you lift that handle up and then pull on it, and it steps down the resistance to the motor when it's starting. Because of course, as you know, a DC motor when it's starting, you know, it brings down the current. The faster it's going, the less current it draws. Fantastic. And there's the bigger one. There's your amps on top, look. 150 amps max, 300 amps max. And there's this quite smaller one, which is 30 amps max. Look at the size of those. Unreal. They look like petrol pumps. American style old petrol pumps. Right. Eventually he's going to have his own grid. He's going to make up for himself at one point and have it working. These things are just unreal. It must stand 20 feet high. Does it sound there? Made in England, 18th of the 10th, 74. That's when it was in production. That's that water tower I was telling you about, with the bushing goes at the top, and that's basically a big resistor to cause resistance for the high voltage if anything falls and shorts out or whatever, falls out onto the line. And these are basically what I was telling you about on the switch gear when you get failure and it brings down that flap. When the little float switch in there has got no oil in it, so it floats straight down, which when a pressure comes up there it forces the oil out, so there's nothing in there to keep the float switch up, so it drops down and causes a contact. Fantastic stuff. Don't normally see that apparently in these transformers. Unreal. Oh God, I'd love one of these in my back garden. And a little tiny insulator there, look, for the earth. Beautiful. And a cup. A nice cup. So, I thought I'd share this with you guys. I'm just absolutely overwhelmed with being asked to come up here and see the site. I can't be any more thankful. I hope you've enjoyed the video like I have of seeing some of these things. So I can't speak properly. It's very cold. I'm very cold as well. My face is cold. And you know me, I'm always forgetful when it comes to saying something. He did explain a lot to me, but my you know, because just being overwhelmed with what I've seen and being so close to it. But he said at some point he's going to get me go to a power station and walk around there. So that'll be a video for you as well, guys. So thanks for watching. Look after yourselves and be safe. Please subscribe for more and give us a thumbs up if you like it, or a thumbs down. I don't care. Just as long as you enjoyed the video. Be safe, guys. I'll see you in the next one.